Injiil, Acts chapter 10, we have Peter, a vision, and Cornelius, the first pagan follower of Jesus Christ, a non-Jew. Look, he was a Roman commander. He's told in a vision to send for Peter. At the same time, Peter has a vision, which he told to eat all kind of animals. So that's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's start chapter 10, verse 1 in Acts, all the way to 33. So a lot of reading today, and you are invited to read along this New International Reader's Version with me, Stefan Heger, your friend on Facebook. Whether you are Muslim, Christian or atheist, it doesn't matter. Chapter 10 of Acts, it's full of vision. God gives vision to whom He loves, to show Himself who He is. God is a personal God. He relates to you and to me on a personal level. He's made us for His pleasure, to live with us. Now, a man named Cornelius lived in Caesarea. Look at this. He was a Roman commander in the Italian regiment. Cornelius and all his family were faithful and worshipped God. He gave freely to people who were in need. He prayed to God regularly. One day, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, he had a vision. He saw an angel of God. Clearly, the angel came to him and said, Cornelius. An angel appears to you. What will you think? Is it an angel? Is it God? Is it Jesus? Cornelius got scared. He was afraid. He stared at the angel. What is it, Lord? He asked. The angel answered, your prayers have been answered. Your gifts to the poor have come up like an offering to God. So He has remembered you. Now send men to Joppa. Have them bring back a man named Simon. He is also called Peter. He's staying with another Simon, a man who works with leather. His house is by the sea. So there is a leather worker, Simon, at the seaside, and there is Simon Peter who stays with him. And Cornelius has seen this in a vision. Look, the angel who spoke to him left. Then Cornelius called 2 of his servants. He also called a good soldier who was one of his attendants. He told him everything that had happened. Then he sent them to Joppa. Verse 9. It was about noon the next day. The men were on their journey and they were approaching the city. Peter went on the roof to pray. He became hungry. He wanted something to eat. While the meal was being prepared, Peter had a vision. He saw heaven opened up. Then he saw something that looked like a large sheet. It was being sent down to the earth by its 4 corners. It had all kinds of 4-footed animals in it. It had also reptiles on the earth, birds of the air. Then a loud voice told him, get up, Peter, kill and eat. No, Lord, I will not, Peter replied. I have never eaten anything that is not pure and clean. The voice spoke to him a second time. Do not say anything is not pure. Look. That God has made clean, it said. This happened 3 times. Right away, the sheet was taken back up to heaven. Peter was wondering what was the vision meant. At that very moment, the men sent by Cornelius found Simon's house. They stopped at the gate and they called out. They asked if Simon Peter was staying there. Look, the servants of Cornelius, they find Peter, and the next day Peter travels to meet him. They share stories about their visions. Now they share with each other what they've seen in the vision. Let's read. Verse 19. Peter was still thinking about the vision. The Holy Spirit spoke to him. Simon, he said, the 3 men are looking for you. Get up and go downstairs. Don't let anything keep you from going with them. I have sent them. Peter went down and he spoke to the man. I'm the one you are looking for, he said. Why have you come? The man replied, we have come from Cornelius, the Roman commander. He is a good man who worships God. All the Jewish people respect him. A holy angel told him to invite you to his house. Cornelius wants to hear what you have to say. Then Peter invited the man into the house to be his guest. But the next day, the man went on. Peter went with the 3 men. Some of the believers from Joppa went along. The following day he arrived in Caesarea. Cornelius was expecting them. He had called together his relatives and close friends. When Peter entered the house, Cornelius met him. As a sign of respect, he fell at Peter's feet. But Peter made him get up. Stand up, he said. I am only a man myself. Talking with Cornelius, Peter went inside. Then he found a large group of people. He said to them, you know that it is against our law for a Jew to have anything to do with those who aren't Jews. But God has shown me that I should not say anyone is not pure and clean. So when you sent for me, I came without asking any questions. May I ask you why you sent for me? Cornelius answered, verse 30, 4 days ago at this very hour I was in my house, here, praying. It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Suddenly, a man in shining clothes stood in front of me. He said, Cornelius, God has heard your prayer. He has remembered your gifts to the poor people. Send someone to Joppa to get Simon Peter. He's a guest at the home of another Simon who works with leather. He lives at the sea. So I sent for you right away. I was good of you to come. Now we are all here. And God is here with us. We are ready to listen to everything the Lord has commanded you to tell us. Now this pagan commander Cornelius was ready to listen to Peter, a poor fisherman, a Jew who had his own pride to meet with a pagan. But they met and now they are ready to listen to the Holy Spirit. And we read on tomorrow what happened when the Holy Spirit filled Cornelius.